UCF coach Katie Abrahamson-Henderson, our most outstanding player, senior Diamond Battles, and senior Masseny Kaba, and senior Tay Sanders. We will open it up with coach's opening statement. And after that, we'll go to our guests inside the room, and then we'll shoot it over to Zoom. I already see a couple hands up in the Zoom, but if you don't mind putting your hand up if you have some questions. Coach, if you want to start it off.
First of all, I'd like to say great job to USF. I mean, that was a battle. I mean, I and every year since I've been here, it's always been a battle. So congratulations to them. And for me and this team, I mean, I was just joking with Diamond that it's team of the year, not coach of the year, team of the year. They're amazing. They really wanted this bad. They stayed the course, worked really hard. We had a really tough preseason and played a lot of really good schools. I think it really got us ready for our this season in the American, and we did pretty much set a lot of goals, and we really ended up accomplishing them. So that's why I say it's team of the year, because I just like get them ready, keep them, going and going. But they have to go out there and execute every single day, every single practice, and to get to this point. And this was for our super seniors, especially the two at the end. This is their last year. Diamond's coming back, thank goodness, next year. But for them, they didn't have to come back. And they came back with a purpose and a reason. And just super proud of them. And these three captains really led our team the whole year, and went through a lot. They had to deal with a lot of things personally, but they also helped their teammates deal with some things personally. And we just kept saying it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be hard, but it's going to be worth it. And pretty much ended up today being worth it.
All right, for questions in the room, if you don't mind raising your hand, we'll get the microphone over to you.
Congratulations on the win. For the players, how much of a motivation and how sweet is it that, it was against USF, it was so close with them last year, and then you guys come out here this year and get the dub over them?
I mean, for me, I wanted to play USF because it was like a bittersweet moment, especially when we found out that they won last night. We won before them. And it was like we were here last year, the same position. And it was like, who's going to win this game? Is it going to be us or is it going to be them? It's going to be who wants it more. We came short last year, and I made a commitment that if I came back, we was going to win. And that's what we did.
Excuse me. I have a question. I just want to ask, what was it like overcoming adversity over this entire year and just continue to stay together as a group?
I think Abe and the coaches have prepared us for each moment of this year. We had so many downs, so many ups, so many in-betweens, but they just taught us to stick together as a team, as a unit. When we fight together, it's really hard to break us. I mean, our bond is unbreakable. No matter what, nobody can break our bond. So when we're on the floor and, teams go on runs, we know how to, stay together, stick the course, and fight through adversity. Everything is not going to be easy and pretty. Our whole season is very gritty. We get everything out the mud, if you know what I mean. But these two, they set the tone in practice, coming back from last year, and everybody knows the expectations of this team. So, adversity kind of don't phase us anymore because we know how to deal with it.
All right, we're going to go over to our Zoom side. If you don't mind, between questions, if you could please mute just so we can make sure it's clear in the room. And we're going to start off with Kyle Nash.
First off, congratulations, ladies. Coach, let me go ahead and start with you. Earlier in the year, we had the conversation about free throws and how important they were to what was going on. In the first half, I don't think you got to the line and all. And then in the second half, 20 free throws, most of them hit. How big of a turn was that for what you guys were doing to attack the basket?
It was a huge turn because I did go in at halftime, and I said we have gotten to the foul line 0 times, and that's not the way we play. We get to the foul line. We're really tough. We're really aggressive. We draw fouls. We drive to the basket, and we were just settling a little bit. And they came out and threw the first punch, and they did a really good job. So at halftime, I made sure we gotta go in there and expect to get hit. You're gonna get hit, and you're gonna have to finish some shots. And so we started to go in there the second half and got there 20 times, which was big.
And something I want to add too, obviously, Diamond and Masseny were both huge, but there's a lot of things I felt like took place that aren't on the stat line with Destiny Thomas helping Masseny take some of the hits from Manunga in there and battling in there in the post. How huge was she?
Especially the second half. I mean, the second half, she hit some big shots. She had some huge free throws. She got some big time offense, defensive rebounds, and in the press, she got some steals and things. So, last year when we played in this conference championship game, Desta was in there, and she really remembered last year, and it kind of brought back memories when we went in at halftime. And I think she just made a shift in her mind that she didn't want that to happen again. And, and I think she really just came to play the second half and really stepped up for us.
This next one's from Masseny. You expected this to be an incredibly physical game. Just kind of take us in. Does it get any tougher than this game in your mind?
I don't really know. I haven't played every team in the country, so I can't speak on that. But in the conference, I would say this is one of the toughest teams to play against. They're very physical. Their post players are, strong and big as well. But it was very tough, especially, being triple teamed and double teamed. Sometimes you can't see and get it shoved and pushed around, but the refs can't see everything because there's a whole crowd around you. But it was very physical in there today, but I pushed through and the team helped me out.
Well, as much as we were talking about the physical, like you mentioned a little bit of the extracurricular, how much did mental toughness come into play in the paint there?
I think I've grown to be mentally tough. I mean, it comes with, years. I've been here for 5 years now. My freshman year, I really didn't like physicality, but Coach A would always tell me that someone's better than me and that'll make me go harder. So, now that I'm older, I know the game of basketball, especially coming and playing USF. We played them for 5 years now. I know that they're very physical. So to me, I already had it set in my mind. So I was mentally prepared for it.
Next, we're going to go to Colin Thomas.
Yeah, Coach, obviously there were a lot of tears and a lot of emotion after the game. What did it mean to you to see all of your players, with these overcoming all of these emotions, just from a coach standpoint and reaching their goal of actually winning the AAC championship?
Yeah, I really think there's a lot of alumni that were here today, and I keep bringing them up because there was no path to, win a conference championship. Regular season, yes, maybe, but UConn was in the league. So last year it opened up. And I think that, and I keep bringing back Moss and Tay and Diamond because they've been here the longest, and they've, we had a lot of really good teams and a lot of really good players. We just couldn't get to this point, because UConn was here. So last year it really opened up, and, and we felt like we had a chance to win the regular season. Also, it's just the COVID situation and all the games that were canceled and just everything. It was tough. We split with the USF last year. So we were both really, good teams last year. Everybody came back for him. Everybody came back for, well, not everybody came back, but everybody came back for us. So we just, it was just this slow process of this mountain that we were climbing to get to this point. And I'm just really happy that, Tay and Moss came back so they could experience this, because we work so hard and, we have goals every year to achieve. And, when you can't get past this level, you can't win a regular season conference championship, and you can't win the tournament championship and, get the ticket to go to the NCAA tournament. You have to, make sure you win a bunch of games just to get a at-large bid. So now really we got both. Hopefully we'll get a really good seed. It's not over, and I know these three up here know it's not over, and they're excited to see who they get to play next, because that experience last year, they remember that experience too. So, we're excited that we got the automatic bid, and now we kind of got to wait and see what's next. But we're going to definitely enjoy this, because this was not an easy road, and it wasn't an easy road for them. It was an easier road for us coaches because we don't have to run around and get hit and punched in their knees, and but they're great human beings. They're great people. We have a really good coaching staff, and we really have a lot of great people around us that has helped us get to this point. But I'm super proud of them. I'm super happy for them because they've never done this. They've never won a conference championship. And so this is what it feels like. This is what all the hard work is for.
And I want to talk about Lish. Obviously, she had she she tweaked her knee a little bit in the closing minutes of the fourth quarter. And she got right back up and kept going. What can you say about Lish's toughness like throughout the entire season?
Well, she was like, what is that thing? The gun? I need the gun. I'm cramping up. And you don't get to come out. You don't get to come out. You're not coming out, you know? So, and because down the stretch, and we've been down the stretch in a lot of games, and usually these four in, just depends if it's Desto or Britt, they're usually in, and usually we find a way to get Lish the ball because she can make free throws. I mean, she usually makes free throws. So that's why I was like, you're not coming out because you can make free throws. Diamond can make free throws. Tay can make free throws, and Moss can make free throws. And she made some today. Well, she was 1 for 2, but Lish did a really good job. She just, I mean, it was just so physical. She dove on a loose ball, which she's supposed to dive on a loose ball, and she just, you know, kind of her knee just kind of, I don't know what you call it, bent. You know, so I'm sure they're going to be nice and sore tonight.
Next, we'll go to Eric Lopez.
For Moss and obviously Tay, what was said? 4:42 to go in the game, 2-point game. You got the lead. What was said? Who spoke up? Because you all took it to a different level there in that last 4:42.
Well, we all spoke up. Like all the captains, we were like, defense. If we want this, we got to play defense. We got to fight, play together. We got to stick together. Like Diamond was saying, we got to stick together if we want to win. And I feel like, we're a family. I'm getting emotional. We're a family. Like we just, each day, each practice, each game, like we just became like closer and sticking together even when like we were down. Like we're sisters. Like we fight, we argue, but we're always gonna stick together. We're gonna laugh about it, and I don't know, like we wanted it, so we did it.
Diamond, I'll ask you, what does it feel? How does it feel to have that trophy, considering everything you've gone through last year with the injury in the tournament and overcoming that and coming back?
Wow, it's a surreal moment. I mean, I really didn't care about the trophy. I just wanted to get these two a championship, honestly. Just all the hard work that we put in and the respect that we didn't get, it played a huge factor for us, especially for me, because we deserve so much more. So we just had to come and take it because we knew that it wasn't going to be given to us. So just this trophy means that the hard work that I put in is no more self-doubt for myself. I know I can do it when I put my mind to it. So just having these two supporting me and believing in me, and Coach Abe and them pushing me, it just means a lot.
Don't start.
It just means a lot. I mean, I worked hard for this. Last year, I didn't get any accolades. So I knew over the summer I had to come in and work. And I worked my butt off through the summer, through the season. I pushed whoever I could push. I led however I could lead, and it got me to this moment. And I couldn't thank my teammates and my coaches enough for, helping me get to this moment.
We'll go to Jerry Woodley.
All right, Coach, you talked about it earlier. When you come within a conference that was them and everybody else, they leave, somebody has to take over the melon and make that run. Now it's pretty much set. It's between you all, and USF. Are you happy with that, or do you just want to get back into the mode of I'm going to take charge of this conference? As for UCF is going to take charge of the conference and become the new UConn in the America.
Well, I don't know. I think you're asking about we have one more year in the conference, so, and UCF will not be in the conference again. So we'll have one more year to play with the USF. And Jose, he's a great coach. He's a good friend of mine. I really enjoy how he coaches, and he really enjoys the competition with us. I mean, we have talked about it a bunch, but we only have one more year left here in the American. So after that, we'll be going to the Big 12.
Well, somebody has to take over that conference. Also, would you be the new team moving in and says, step out of the way?
Try to enjoy this one.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
All right, we'll go a couple more questions. We'll go back to Colin Thomas.
Yeah, so this is directed towards the players specifically. Obviously, this is a huge goal for you, and now you've punched your ticket to the NCAA championship. So your motto kind of going into the AAC championship was to stay locked in. What's your motto going into the NCAA championship?
Same thing. We never satisfied over
Never.
here.
Always
We always
hungry.
hungry,
Never
never full.
Great pregame speech. Yeah, it was.
All right, Kyle Nash. We'll go to Kyle Nash and then one more from Eric Lopez to wrap us up.
Ladies, listen, Colin mentioned all the accolades and all that you've accomplished, but how much more sweet is it that you're going to get at least one more game to play with your sisters?
I mean, it's a great feeling. I mean, this is my last game in the American. I've been here for 5 years, and to know that we can keep on playing in the season, you know, we got the NCAA tournament coming up, and it's not fully over, but it's over in American, but I still get to play one more game with them, and I'm just excited about it.
All right, we'll go back to Eric Lopez for our final question.
Coach, a year ago at this time, you and I spoke, and I remember I asked you what was going through your mind the last seconds, and you talked about how you really wanted to win it badly for your players, and you wish you could have done more. What was going through your mind as that clock was ticking there at the end there and went 0, and you become the first UCF team to win the conference championship regular season and tournament title in the same year since 1999?
Well, I don't know, at about a minute, was it? I was going like this to Diamond. I was winking at her and she was like, what are we in? We're in white. And I'm like, so, you know, I was just, you know, I was trying to, because she was still so locked in, Diamond was, because she was walking towards me and I think Moss was on the foul line and I was winking at her like, we got this, we're right there, you know, and she was just, what are we in? What are we in? But, you know, I don't know. I think it was about maybe a minute left when Desto made those free throws. I was like, you know, and Desto's not known as being the great free throw shooter, but when she knocked both of those down, that's when I was like, okay, we're going to finish this off good. So that's when I kind of really let up a little bit and was like winking at Diamond saying, we got this, but she was ignoring my winks.
It's at 0. We were
Yeah, wait till 0.
All right, thank you very much, ladies. Congratulations.